Hey guys, it's Gaza Montana here, the original demo disc player. I hope everyone's doing alright and everything. This is a tier 4 guide for the Lowriders contact missions in Grand Theft Auto 5 online. Now, these missions here for the career progress are going to have 3 challenges. One is going to be no snacks and body armor on the hardest difficulty. The other 2 are less than 50% damage and 80% accuracy on any difficulty you want, okay? And the accuracy and damage it's a solo thing. So if somebody else messes up their accuracy or their damage in the mission, it's not going to affect your challenge, okay? But the no snacks and body armor is a team-based thing. So that means if one person eats a snack, everybody fails, okay? So whilst you're going for these missions, whilst you're doing it with a team of players, if you're doing it with a team, you need to make sure that you are mainly focusing on the no snacks and body armor on hard, okay? If you miss anything else, you can do it randoms because you can do it on the easiest difficulty, and if they mess up, it doesn't mess you up. The only thing is, if they die, everything fails. You have to restart and go all the way back to single player, or should we say free mode, and then start the mission again. Now guys, if you haven't done the Lowrider missions before, they're going to show up as an LD on the map, okay? So on the map there's going to be an LD. You go to the LD and you're going to continually go through the storyline of the Lowriders missions until you get to the last missions, which is 8 missions, okay? Once you've done them all, you will see them in the pause menu under missions, under jobs, missions, and then contact missions, okay? You'll see them all separated under their individually names, okay? Guys, if you're struggling to get some randoms, you might want to play this with some randoms, and you might want to then add people as you're playing it with randoms, so you're like to get the actual challenge, the rest of the challenges that you need. When you start it from the pause menu on the missions, the LD won't show up on the map, okay? So you just start it and you usually host it and nobody's in it. You'd have to open, invite, and invite everybody. If you start it from the pause menu and then go to the map, the LD will show up on the map. And then when you go to the mission, the LD, randoms will also be there. It'd be a lot easier to find randoms because they are also searching it through the LDs. Most likely it's going to be new players though, that's the only problem, okay? But you do get a lot of high ranks joining this way as well through open and auto invite, okay? But just so you know that, okay, that's how you get the LD on the map, and you can find a lot of low rank randoms that way. Now shout out to Lively, Jogos, Scoochie, my girlfriend Panda, Likely, Unkind, Cyber, Indian, Jack in the Box, Monty, and Imran for helping with a lot of footage you've seen in this guide. But the first mission for the Lowriders is Community Outreach. It's a 4-player mission, and you could easily do the accuracy and the damage challenges with random players because you can do it on the easiest difficulty. So whilst you're doing this with people that you have on the same page as you, make sure that you focus mainly on the no snacks and body armor. Just get that knocked out, because if you don't get anything and you don't have your friends with you or whatnot, they have to go or whatever, you can always do the other 2 with random players, okay? So just focus mainly on the no snacks and body armor. And what you want to do is go to 2 different locations at the beginning where you have to take out some Vagos. And once you do that, you then have to take out another Vagos that's driving. So you'll just have to go up behind them with either a sticky bomb or just shoot them out. And then once you all have to meet at the same place and take out all of the Vagos in a big massive car park at the LSIA, there's a roof right here that you can go on. Tell everybody to go on the roof. Send them a message, whatever, just say, come and get onto the roof and send the RPGs down, and it then tells you to go back to Benny's. Now when you go back to Benny's, you can just be very careful when getting shot at. You can go like off the road and stuff, and so you don't take too much damage if you're going for the less than 50% damage at the same time here. But if you don't mind doing it again on easy with randoms or whatever, or just again with your friends, then just take out all of the NPCs that keep spawning in Lowriders until they stop spawning with explosive sniper rifle or whatnot, and then you're done. Okay, the next mission is Slow and Low, probably the most frustrating to do with RNG contact mission in the game, because the cops can really screw you over by spawning when you literally can't do anything about it. But guys, the entire mission here, or the first part of this mission, you want to be looking at the radar as much as you are actually driving, or if not, literally more than you're actually driving. Because like you see me doing right here, I have to do a U-turn because I can see that there's no way I'm going to go anywhere by going down those roads, and then go back and then go through here. Now guys, you could go that way I was going to go, or you could go through here straight away. It doesn't really matter. These are 2 ways you want to go right at the beginning. We're going to make this a little bit easier for you guys by basically, you don't actually have to get all the way to the meeting point or just before the meeting point when the cops stop spawning, okay? If you can get to the tunnels, which we're going to show you right now, which sort of tunnels we're talking about. If you can get to these tunnels, that's literally all you have to do, because the cops won't be able to get you once you get to these tunnels. You're basically going to be able to get all the way to the meeting point once you get to these tunnels. Now, you see I had to do a U-turn here because the cop was coming down that road, but this where I'm going right now, I could have just done this anyway, okay? So this area here, once you're basically here, you've basically lost the cops, okay? Because we're going to show you right now, what you want to do is go towards these train tracks and take a left. As soon as you're on these train tracks, just go as fast as you possibly can, okay? You see these train tracks right here, just go forward straight. Even if you get spotted by the cops now, because you still have a few seconds to get out of the way of the cops before they actually get to you and end the mission, you can just lose the cops by just going really fast and then going into the tunnels. Right now, we are going the long way through these tunnels, guys. We're going all the way through the whole city to get to the point where we can get to the Edis River. Basically, guys, the cops don't spawn in the Edis River, okay? They don't spawn in the Edis River like they do in free mode. Okay, during this mission, they don't spawn this. So once we get to the Edis River, we've lost the cops. And these tunnels, yeah, it's the long way around, but we already know now that we've basically got to the meeting point, and there's not going to be any cops that are going to spawn in between the train tracks and the actual meeting point, which is not that far, but there's a hell of a lot of things that can go wrong at that point. So, guys, going to this tunnel right here is the best way to lose the cops. Okay, it's going to take long going through this tunnel, but I'm telling you now, guys, this is the best way, especially when you're playing this with somebody else who's not that great at losing the cops, like I was. And once you get to this crossroads inside the tunnels, you want to just keep going straight forward, and then when you come out to here, you're going to see a little tunnel that goes out into the Edis River. Once you're out into the Edis River, just keep going all the way down the Edis River until you get to this slope here, and then go up this slope, and then you've lost the cops, okay? You can literally just go straight for the Edis River, no cops are going to touch you, and then go up the slope and you're at the meeting point, okay? A hell of a lot easier than actually just trying to go all the way to the meeting point from the beginning. I'm telling you now, guys. Now, guys, once you get to the meeting point, you can throw some proximity mines down on where these NPCs are going to spawn. As you can see, those are proximity mines that just blew up. We put some of those in that direction of the train track. We also put some at the other end of the train track. And then also, where you see that guy in the white t-shirt, around that area as well, you can put a proximity mine there. There's going to be a bunch that are going to spawn on the roof. And as you can see, we're using any guns we want here. We're not worried about the accuracy, okay? And we're not worried about 50% damage, because we can do this on easy, and the mission is a walk in the park on easy compared to hard, guys. So don't worry about that. Just go for the no snacks and body armor, and be careful not to blow up the lowrider cars. Now, the next mission is probably the easiest one of them all. It's a G thing. You can spawn in right at the beginning your Night Shark, okay? Now, if you got the Night Shark with the armor on the front, where it's just got a little bit of the windscreen, the bottom of the windscreen covered, you can actually hold X on the PlayStation or it's A on the Xbox to hold your head down, so you're most likely going to not get shot while you're inside the Night Shark. Roll up to the airport, use to throw a sticky bomb on the back of the noose van to get Gerald out, and then get Gerald out, get him straight into the Night Shark, and then go straight out of the airport as quick as you possibly can. You can have the cops on you. Now you just have to drop him off, and when you get to the drop-off point, you're going to still have to lose the cops. If you haven't lost the cops by this point, you can just lose the cops in the hills area here, and then just go to drop-off point, and it's mission complete, guys. Very easy mission, easily the easiest one. Okay, now funeral party. Now funeral party can be a very difficult mission with random players, on hard especially. But guys, I would actually argue that this is actually possible to do with random players and get the no snacks and body armor. I would actually argue that. Okay, because guys, when you actually get to the funeral, you can actually spawn in your personal vehicle. You can go with a Kanjali if you want, okay, but I'd actually recommend the Lowrider. The reason why you want the Lowrider is because you want to be taking out all of the NPCs that are actually at the graveyard as quick as possible, first of all, which obviously the Kanjali would be better for that, maybe, but when it comes to actually making sure the cars get to the end point without taking too much damage, so these guys, these randoms, if you're doing it with randoms, that is, are not munching down snacks. You could be there with a trader just locking on to anything that comes close to them, okay? But guys, what I would recommend you do if you are driving one of the hearse back to the drop-off point at the end, go off-road, okay? go off-road. You're in the middle of a desert, okay? Don't go on the road where all the enemies are going to be spawning, and they're even there with barricades. Go off-road, use this little hill bit here, and that should basically take you all the way there, almost. And stay off-road, because there's nothing more frustrating than some guy dying, and then you're respawning back at the church, and then they're just doing it again, and you're in the middle of a desert, for crying out loud. But yeah, guys, I'd actually argue this is actually doable completely with random players, as long as you spawn that raider and get it close to the church. But if you're doing it with other players, and you're doing it with a little team, use the Kanjali at that point, or even use a trader. Now the next mission here is Lowrider Envy. Now Lowrider Envy, you've got to have a ground team and a roof team. Now what I would recommend the ground team to do is just go and double kill all of these kills with a silent weapon, just like you would do with the Diamond Casino heist, or say the KL Perico heist. Just do it the same way. Just shoot one in the head, and then shoot the other one in the head straight after that. Kill all the double kills you possibly can. Kill the guy that shows up in the car as well. So at the beginning of this whole stealth bit, you want to tell the sniper, whoever's on the roof, to just chill out and not do anything. Now you see this guy in front of the car here? This is how you do this, okay? Just take out the guy in front of the car, and then when the guy gets out of the car, shoot him in the head. Simple. Done. Yeah, so doing this oh, you shoot this guy whilst I shoot this guy, it's just making it more complicated. Just do it the way you would do the KL Perico solo. Once you've done that, you want to throw some sticky bombs down in a few locations. This is where they're going to spawn, guys. Be careful to not blow up the green car that you're going to take out of there. And just take out the rest of the NPCs and get it done, okay? Complete the mission, bring the car to the drop-off point. And if you missed anything like the accuracy or the damage, just do it again on the easiest difficulty. Simple. Done. Okay, the next mission here is point and shoot. Now, you're going to have a ground team and a roof team. And at the beginning of this mission, you have to take a photograph of 4 vehicles that are arriving on the scene, 4 lowriders. And then Lamar's going to tell you that he wants you to steal 2 of them. So now you know which 2 that you want to steal. Once you know that, start sending some RPGs down from the roof. Okay, if you pick the roof team, okay, the person who's down on the ground just needs to be very careful, because obviously they're a little bit more vulnerable. You've got the higher ground, so you can send some rockets down. Just do not blow up the low rider vehicles that you have to steal, obviously. Now once you've taken out enough of them, you can go down the stairs that you came up to the roof with. Just be careful, there is actually a couple of Vagos that will be arrived on the scene that came in the same area where the lowrider cars came in that you have to take a picture of. So make sure you take them out with a sticky bomb or whatever you see fit. And then you can go around the side here, around the far side here, and take out any that are still around. And using explosives, you should be getting the no snacks, body armor, 50% damage, and the accuracy all in one go here. And then, yeah, just take everybody out, and then you can steal the cars and just drive those back to Gerald's sort of area, and then it's mission complete, guys. Okay, now the next mission, Desperate Times Call For. Now, this mission, I would argue, you could do this entirely with randoms on the hardest difficulty, as long as you're the one that's driving, and you completely boss the mission by doing exactly this. Okay, so when you get to Grove Street, you want to actually stop the van as far away as possible from the end of Grove Street where all the ballers are going to be at, okay? Don't worry about where the game's telling you to go to the marker. Just get out and start sending loads of RPGs. If you can lean up against the van and send a load of grenades really fast, but you need to be careful because randoms, if you are playing this with a random, that is, may get in the car and start driving it around. So yeah, I wouldn't really recommend doing that. Just start sending loads of missiles, okay? Once you've killed them all, then move to the next location. Don't follow the exact route that it's telling you to go. Go this way, okay? Get in front of the van and the bikes that are coming and that you have to blow up by getting to this area right here for a bunch of proximity mines down, right, as quick as you possibly can, as many as you possibly can, and then get out around here and start sending RPGs, okay? Nobody would need any snacks and body armor at this point. Now again, make sure you're driving. Now once you get to the hotel, if you're playing this with randoms, leave them around the corner, okay? Don't go to the hotel with the randoms, just leave the van here, okay? And then run straight to the hotel, start sending a load of grenades from the grenade launcher or RPGs or whatnot, and just kill everybody in front of the hotel. And then what you could do now is throw over a sticky bomb or a proximity mine right in this location here, because what's going to happen is once you do go to the marker a guy's going to come out the hotel that you have to kill, okay? A red dot. So as soon as he comes out, he's going to blow up straight away. Or you can just wait for him to come out and blow him up with an RPG or something. Now guys, for each and every one of these sections, you are timed, by the way, okay? Now the last section, you got about 6 minutes. You got to get all the way to the pier and take out a bunch of NPCs on the pier, okay? You can send a load of grenades really fast if you lean up in this cover here and take out a lot of them that way. Or you can just use a bunch of RPGs. Just send a load of RPGs. Use the explosive sniper rifle thermal vision just to see if anybody's hanging around alive. If they are, run and kill them. And guys, there's a boat going to be coming now. Take it out with the explosive sniper rifle if you're playing this with random players, so you get the no stacks and body armor. If you're playing this with friends, obviously just use something that's not going to affect your accuracy like the homing launcher. Now, there's going to be a bunch of helicopters coming. You want to go to this point right here, the point where the Dr. Dre storyline ends. We have to drop Dr. Dre off the country club. Get on the roof here and you can just take out these helicopters. If you're playing with randoms, like I said, just use the railgun, use the explosive sniper rifle, get those helicopters out of the way as soon as you possibly can. If you're playing this with a team of like-minded individuals, then use the homing launcher or the RPG and get the helicopters gone. And then you just got to blow up the van at this location. It's mission complete, guys. Now, the final mission is peace offerings. Now, you're going to have to go and grab 2 lowrider cars and bring them back to Benny's. Once you do that, there's going to be a lot of NPCs attacking you all at once from different directions in these alleyways. Now, guys, think of these alleyways as a T-shaped, yeah? As the shape of a T, okay? Now, they're going to be coming from all directions of the T, okay? So, the best place to be is going to be within this area here, because they're only going to be coming from 2 directions rather than 1, although they will be also coming from the roof. But I like to get right in here with the assault shotgun and just start switching targets and just non-stop using the assault shotgun whilst throwing proximity mines down on a quick throw option, okay, by just pressing left on the D-pad. So I can then help out the rest of the team when I've taken everybody out, which I just did. And yeah, just keep switching targets with the assault shotgun, guys. Just by locking onto them and switching targets by using the right analog stick, left and right, okay? So once you've locked on left and right, as soon as you've killed somebody, just left and right until you just lock onto somebody else, and you're just continuously shooting them, okay? And then, as you see, that's how quick that is done, okay? And you just help out when you can in the other directions. Now, guys, I did this with a group of friends, but we had no communication at all, okay? After a few fails, I just decided, right, that's it. This area here needs to be taken care of, and that's what I did with the assault shotgun. And then, guys, I got the less than 50% damage, but I didn't get the accuracy, so we went through it again on easy because most of us needed either the accuracy or the damage or both. So we just went through it on easy and just smashed it out. I had a lot of fun with it on easy using explosives and stuff like that. This mission you're going to have to do with players that you've added or whatnot, okay? Because you can't be doing this with randoms. This is the one mission out of them all. It's basically impossible to do with randoms, and probably the harder one, because I know the one where you've got to escape the police on hard can be hard, but it's only one person that you have to basically just tell them to follow you. No matter what you do, just follow you, and you should be able to do that mission. But yeah, this mission, you don't really need any communication or anything like that. Just basically do exactly what I did. Focus on that area there, and everybody else will just naturally focus on the other areas. That's basically the way I see it. And yeah, that's how you do it. This mission is actually not that bad, okay, once you know that.